Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by. So I have a whole bunch of stuff on my desk. What I'm thinking of doing is starting a new series that I'm going to term Crafting Through Financially Difficult Times, because I think that we're all facing some very interesting times. I've heard through rumors that in the US eggs are as high as $12 a dozen, and I can't even comprehend that. Like that to me is wow. I can't comprehend that. Eggs here in BC have never gone above about $4, maybe $4.50 a dozen. If you buy organic eggs, I don't know, I think I've seen them for maybe $5 a dozen. Currently, eggs are about maybe $4.50 a dozen, which to us is pretty expensive. But $12 a dozen? So I think we need some options. We need some things that we can do that save us money, that are therapeutic as much as anything. I have great experience with crafting through very financially difficult times. I have probably spent more of my adult life with no funds than I have with funds. And despite that, I have paper, I have a crocodile, I have inks, I have all kinds of stuff. So there are ways that you can either acquire things or craft without things. So let's start basic and let's try to craft as much as we can with nothing. So I thought that I would do some of these hidden paper clips, and the first thing I need is actually paper clips. So give me a moment. You would think I would remember what I would need. So for paper clips, you can buy little wee ones like these at Dollarama. I am going to mention mostly Canadian options, even though I know my viewers are American. Shop your dollar store. Dollar Tree. I won't be shopping Dollar Tree for at least a while. Anyway, I don't want to go into that because politics don't belong here. And I think a lot of people, because I'm Canadian, may not agree with my politics. And I don't want to get into a fight over it. I think that crafting should be our safe zone. And I want this to be a safe zone. If you try to bully me, I will boot you. Plain and simply. Because it doesn't belong here. You can get these larger paper clips. I have seen them at Dollarama, but not very often. I have definitely seen them at Dollar Tree, but I haven't been to Dollar Tree in about 3 months, so I don't know if they still have them. You can also get these at a thrift store quite frequently. So, and they're not that expensive at an office supply store either. So it is a good thing to start with. The other thing that I have, I'm going to use the larger ones because I like the size of them more than the small ones. So the other thing that I have for options are book pages. These are from a Reader's Digest book. These are from the same book. You could use digitals. A lot of digitals have free stuff on their Ko-fi site. So that's an option. This is going to be too short to make this hidden paper clip, so I'm going to put that aside. And tomorrow I'll put up a freebie on Ko-fi for you to help out as well. These are pages, they were my great-grandfather's. These are actually what I am going to use because the height is going to work really well for what I'm going to do. And these are an older paper and they're kind of cardstock weight. And they're like, the ones that I have are like 4 pages. So if you have older book pages or music pages that are a little bit heavier weight, for this you're going to want something a bit sturdier. So my digital, this is from Rach and Bella's new kit, their Belle, I was going to say Belle Epoch, but that's not it. Billy Do, that's it, Billy Do. And I had printed these 2 to a page and I printed them on a cardstock weight, so they're a bit heavier, so those should work. Although I probably won't use this one because I'm going to use the music page. And then you can also use scrapbook paper. You can use, if you've got scrapbook paper that is, you don't like one side, but you do like the other side, that is a good option. Like this one has a side that I like. This one is also perhaps usable. Not that I don't like the brown, so I'd probably use this side first. Ones like these, I like the one side. I don't like that at all. And then this one is a bit lighter weight and only one-sided, so that would work really well. Oh, this is what I'm going to put, something like this on. I may do it after the video. This is printed on a washi sticker. You can see, so it's got that same white that a washi sticker has. It's not completely transparent like a mailing label would be, but it will go onto something like a washi sticker. And I put them, I did them enough, and I want to do some modifications of this. I did these all the same, but I want to put like some little damask ones, and so it'll go up probably when I put the video up, but it won't look quite like this. And that I will probably use when I'm doing decorations. 1 second. My cat was going to lay on my knitting on my other desk. Which, you know, that's why I put it there, for her. So, when you're making this one here is about 1 3/4 inches wide, maybe? Yeah, about that. A little over that. Not quite 2 inches, and a little over 1 3/4 inches, but you could do them like 1 3/4 inches. You can, for sure, cut these with nothing but a ruler and an X-Acto blade. That's all you need. Most of us have a ruler. Raid your kids' stash, you know, give it back to them for when they're doing their homework. If they left it behind when they moved out of the house, they don't get it back, you know, that kind of thing. It's yours now. So the easiest way to do this is just cut whatever it is that you're going to do with an X-Acto knife. Boom. So this one already has a fold that I could then use for the inner part where the paper clip goes. And I will show you basically what you need to do. So you have a long side and a short side. You would take your paper clip and you would put it all the way down so that, well, it's all the way down. And then fold it up so that the bottom of the paper clip is flush with the bottom of the paper. You can see here that the paper clip goes all the way to the bottom of that. And this one, I saw it originally on a YouTube channel called Spark Bird Studio. I'll see if I can find the original video and link it below if I can find it. And she had actual measurements, but you don't need the measurements. So then the inside one, you would fold up, again using the leg of your paper clip. So then what you have is one side shorter than the other side. And I've just used that piece of paper and the fold in the piece of paper, but you don't have to do that. You can use, like, you could start further up and fold, and then you're not going to waste as much. So from here, one of the sides is going to come up. You want a little bit, if you're going to do it so that it's flush with the paper clip, nothing above the paper clip, you can just fold it at the paper clip like so, so that it's level with the paper clip. And then the other one so that it's kind of level with this one. And then when you fold it up, like cut it off here, like so, and then fold that down on top. So then you have like a little, if you take this out, it's like a little W almost. Well, with a top that's not a W. And a bottom that's not a W, but that part is kind of like a W. And if you fold and then take your paper clip off, make sure that you then put your paper clip back on the right way, because one leg is longer than the other. If you want to make these into tabs, then what you do is when you fold up, instead of folding right butt with the paper clip, give yourself maybe about 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 an inch, something like that, and fold it above. So you can see how the fold is there. And now you have this gap from here to here. And then bring it down like so. And then bring this one up. And you could just, you can cut it this one anywhere from where you folded that 1/4 inch to about where this paper clip is already. I think I'll cut it just a tiny bit above, like so. And then, oh, sorry about my chair. My glue was not anywhere near me. Then what you will do is you will glue all the way around your paper clip. And inside your paper clip, because you need that to adhere so your paper clip doesn't move once everything is done. And then kind of like burnish it down a little bit. If you push too hard, you will get the kind of almost like embossing your paper clip into that. That doesn't worry me too much. If it does worry you, don't push as hard. Then here, you want to glue this one completely because it's going to adhere in here. And I'll also put glue around your paper clip again. And smoosh that down. you can fold these little folds that are going to go above your paper clip before you do all of what I just did. And then for this one, it's going to come no further down than the fold. You can tear that off or whatever. And then glue this one shut. Now this is the most basic way to do it. And that gives you square corners, nothing fancy. If they fall out a little, if they're not even, just trim it up like that. If you're more careful with your folding, it will be fine. And then you have a little paper clip with a little tab at the top. And that's how I really like them, like that, with a little bit of a tab at the top. So a bit fancier, if you want to go a small bit fancier. Now you notice here I've got like leftover little bits. I've got so much of this paper that I'm not worried that I had a little bit left over. Like, this piece of paper is going to make lots and lots and lots of tabs, like lots of tabs. So let's start by cutting strips that are 1.5 inches, and I will speed this up. Apparently I didn't record any of that. I just let my phone fall asleep. So I made a little one, but I'm going to speed this part up so that I don't bore you to death. You probably noticed I don't think I folded all of them the same way. which realistically it doesn't really matter if you fold them in a little W or you fold them not in a W, or however you fold them. So now you have your little, like, kind of a W thing, little bunch of rounded corners. You could go in there and if you have ink, don't buy ink if you don't have ink and you can't afford it. Like I said, I am not advocating buying any supplies if you don't have them. But if you wanted to, from here, this is Spectrum Noir Finesse in Rustic Brown. And I want to show you that this is the same color as Scorched Timber, I think. I don't have Scorched Timber, so I don't know for sure. But if you wanted to, I would also recommend, this is a paper bag. If you are inking that you come in like this, it's going to be way faster. And just go like ink instead of trying to ink around the edges a little bit at a time. Like that'll take you forever. And then you can like fold and ink at all the little edges and just ink and ink. But for the sake of brevity, I won't do that, because otherwise we could be here a while. But that's, you could do that next if you wanted to. I had that folded a certain way. Like that. No, that is not it. I'm going to put my paper clip on there. Make sure when you put your paper clip on that you put the short side on the right, where it belongs. That could be what I did wrong. What did I do wrong? Long side. That is not the short side. Ah, that would be why. That's still not right. What am I doing wrong? Huh. I don't think I folded that one right. Either that. Oh, my paper clips are all different. I think my paper clips are all different. My paper clips may be different. That is interesting. Ah, also, that's the other thing. Yeah, I think my paper clips are, some of them are a different length, so I will have to make sure that I glue them in the right place. So from here, what you want to do is the same thing. Take your short leg, take the glue inside, glue that shut, take I have an extra, oh no I don't, never mind. All okay. This is going to come up. No, this is going to come down. Ah. Keep up, Linda. I think I have an extra fold on this paper clip, just because I wanted to confuse myself. And probably you. You're probably like, I don't know what you're doing. It's okay, neither did I. This one will be a bit sturdier because it has more folds. So there's one, done. 2, done. Oh, that one already has the paper clip inside it still. Try to stay on camera for you guys. This one is a bit narrower. It was the leftover little piece of paper, but it's wide enough for a paper clip, just barely. When you're doing this, make sure that you squeeze those edges as shut as you can get them so that they don't fall out afterwards. And you might need to hold them down a little bit as the glue is drying. There you go. I always want to put the short side on the wrong side, like always. Yeah, definitely that first one had more folds. Hopefully that wasn't the one that I showed you how to fold it, because then you're going, but the other ones are all different. Oh, and I forgot to trim that one a little and notch, or not notch. That's not a notch, that's a corner punch. Apparently somebody named Jen used to own that. My name's not Jen, I'm Linda. I always forget to say that part. Short bit on the short bit. Oh, I did that there too. You can also ink once you've glued everything down. You don't have to ink ahead of time like I showed you that one. And like I said, if you don't have ink, don't go buy it. That is also one of the reasons I didn't ink for the longest time. I didn't have ink, and for me, Distress Oxide was quite expensive. When I started buying it, I would buy myself one a month. That's all I could afford. And like I said, this series is going to be about what you can do if you can't afford it. Because I know a lot of us are either in that situation, have been in that situation, or are going to be in that situation imminently. Especially if eggs are like $12 a dozen. even heard, like, I just, oh man. That way, that way. When I do a lot of these, sometimes I forget what I'm doing and I'm like, how do I do that again? Fun for mass makes, and then you kind of go like, I need to be a bit careful with that because I moved my fold, so I have to make sure I don't get glue inside that little fold on the inside part and wind up gluing it shut around that where it curves. If you're using Bearly Arts, you're going to get a bit of wiggle room so that you can position your paper clip exactly where you want it to. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 little hidden paper clips from one of these. One of these, like, that was folded in half. That's about 13 inches tall, so about 13 inches tall and 8.5 inches wide, so about a legal size sheet. To give you an idea what it would look if you used a book page, I'll do up one really quickly just so you can see. Look at how messy my desk got in a very big hurry. Inch and a half. Not that you can tell where the half is on the bottom side. You can use a paper cutter to do this if you prefer. I am not suggesting you go buy yourself a paper cutter if you don't own one, because an X-Acto knife and a ruler, and yeah, this is the ruler, this is the X-Acto knife. So an X-Acto knife and a ruler will work equally as well as a fancy trimmer. I got my trimmer at the thrift store. Search your thrift store for things like trimmers, like for real. All right, so we have a nice fold there. Let's try to, I will do that. So that's too long. Oh, never mind. So if you put your paper clip, if you make a fold about 1, 2, 3, 4 inches up and fold that up, that black on my fingers is from the old print on that paper of my great-grandfather's. Look at how black that made my fingers. That's so weird. So if I do that at 4 inches, then I've got a little bit too much room at the top, and that will need to be trimmed off. So you could do that instead of 4 inches. About 3, maybe? You could do about 3 inches, maybe 3.5. Yeah. Oh, I am going to trim it exactly. So that means that half of one of these, I can't remember which gardening book this came from. Try to get that. So that will still give me about 1/4 of an inch for a tab. So if you trim it at, like if you make that first fold at 3 to 3.5 inches, because I cut off about 1 inch, then this little, the top bit, you could get a bigger tab in here, and that'd be a little bit longer. You might need to monkey around with it a bit so that it kind of goes where you want it to. And depending upon what you're using for your book page, it might look very busy to begin with, but don't worry about that too much, because these are bases that you are then you can cover them with, you can leave them. Definitely you could leave it like that. That would be kind of fun. Because see, that's your front. That's your back, and that little bit of color is your inside, and you're barely going to see that. So just look at how you're folding it and where you're folding it to determine which side is going to give you the best look for the exterior, and then go from there. So, short side glued. My glue always gets like gummed up when I use it a bit. Usually I have to like stick the pin in it a couple of times to get the glue to flow. It gets like a little cap of glue in there that acts like a block. Come along here and here. and there. This is a matte paper, so it should be, also that paper clip was a little on the funky side. Seems a little twisty, but I think it's the paper clip. One of those paper clips that was in that thing was like really, it looked like it had been through the wars, which is what we could be through soon, the wars. So you can put a little bit of ink on it after you've put everything down, like so, or before, or not at all. Inking is optional. And then if you were mass making from here, you can just like hunker down and put on, like, these are from my new digital kit. They're and I printed them like 2 to a page so that they were smaller. And let's get one of these, like so. I'm not that worried about the excess because this is washi paper. I did get it on Temu. When I saw it, I was like, oh, I need that stuff. Because washi stickers. Full sheet goes through my printer without, they're not quite an inch too long, so I had to trim it back, which means that if you're in the UK, they would probably be like an A4 size, which is absolutely perfect for both. I have under an inch of a piece that's blank, because otherwise it wouldn't go through my printer because my printer takes letter size. And just like that, you have like a little, it's a paper clip. You could come in with your Crop-A-Dile if you have one, and I am not advocating that you go out and buy one if you don't have one. I would say that you would not regret it if you did buy one. It's something that I would save up for if you don't have it, because you'll use it over and over again. But for a mass make, the paperclip section is the mass part of the make. I find that decorating takes me a long time because I think through every single solitary decision. I can't just go, I'm going to put that on there. I'm like, do I like that? Do I want it on that one? Is it better? I cannot, I don't know. It's something about my brain that, because to me that, see, look, I'm doing it already. Like going, I don't know, is that one better there or there? I think I would every time, like every single time, which is why technically I don't do mass makes, because I can't. I just can't mass make and decorate everything. I can mass make everything. So now I have a whole bunch of paper clips ready to decorate. one only partly like done. If I can find where the paperclip parts of the paper clips are in all that paper. Okay, I think that's all of them. Yes. So, like, look at all those. Aren't they cute? I think they're so cute. I have such an obsession with hidden paper clips. And I've given a lot of my hidden paper clips away. But, yeah. So, I hope that gives you some ideas of things that you can do if you don't have a lot. Things could get interesting for all of us, and I would like to be able to, whenever I'm crafting, in the next little while, give you options so that you have, if you don't have anything, that you have ideas for where you can look for alternatives, and if you do have things, just craft as you would normally do. And until next time, I hope you have a lovely crafty day. Bye.